Yes, sir. What's up, good people? It's your boy, the boy, Henry Heck, back at it again. Got a bit of news from the Ziegmeister himself, the game director from over there at Marathon. Shout out to Marathon. Shout out to Bungie. I've been enjoying it myself. I'm at 40 something hours. Shout out to the big homie Will 777JP, who's been hopping up in there with me and getting busy. But we have a bit of news, a spot of news, some informations. He's taken to X to drop on our head tops. Let's get off into it. All right, everyone, we're going a bit rogue here. We have a bit of an experimental feature that's in development we want to test, and we'd love for you to help. As of Wednesday morning, the 18th, we'll be enabling a limited time duos queue on perimeter only to test how the game plays with crews of 2 at a wider scale. Important things to know. Now, I'm gonna keep it all real with you. For the most part, we have been playing duos. Will 777JP and I have been going in there 2v3, baby. 2v3. Sometimes we come across other duos, but it's mostly 2v3, and it's a time. We have a grand old time. We get some kills, we get killed, we complete missions and quests, etc. And sometimes we get stuff. We get stuff quite a bit, especially on Outposts. We get cooked on that bitch. But this is something that I welcome. It's something that he welcomes, and it seems to be like something the overall community welcomes. Inside of these styles of multiplayer games, whatever the highest player count as far as team goes, generally the fan base will ask for whatever is below that, up until you get to solos. I don't know why it had escaped me. But moving on, it will be on perimeter only for now. That's my favorite map, to be honest with you. The test will last about 2 weeks, but we might cut it off early or elongate it depending on what's going on. So what I take from that is, if people don't engage with it at a rate or a metric that they internally believe to be comparable to the people who are asking for it, they probably cut that joint off. Like, with all the hooping and hollering for it, if it's a minuscule amount of persons who engage with it, they probably cut that joint off. And if it's wildly, crazily successful, then they might elongate that joint. You can only enter duos with a pre-made group of you and another friend. No matchmaking solo into duo. So if you ain't got your boys, you're not gonna be able to get busy. If you don't got your homie, it's not gonna fly. You're not gonna be able to jump in there with just yourself and hope to be match made with some random individual. Okay, you will be matched with other duos only. Another thing that's cool. I do wonder though, if in the future will they add some rooks off into the mix. I pretty much think in any party size in that lobby, throw them rooks off in there. You know what I mean? Throw them off in there. A rook can be successful and take out 3-player teams, so I'm sure they can be successful in taking out 2-party teams. It's probably a situation of how they planning on that, and how they plan on ratioing out that player count inside of these maps. You will only be match made with other duos. Just read that. You can select perimeter duo from the zone select screen to access it. Not the final intended UX flow right now, but that's what we got. Some things will be a bit jank. Now, when I say some things will be a bit jank, I'm assuming that he means as far as like the player presentation at the start of the match and then at the end of the match. I don't really foresee anything else being janky, because it just wouldn't make sense for the game to just break completely with a party chain size or a fire team chain size. That's what we start calling it, instead of party, fire team. Just a note, this is a bit of an experimental feature, so we expect to learn some things along the way and make changes to future versions of this. This likely won't be the final implementation of how it would look and flow in the game, but for now it was easiest way for us to get it to you all to help us test. A bit of a debacle right there. We're excited to run this experiment with you all. Pending what we learn, we're hoping to expand duos as a queue in the future, and we wanted to take this first step sooner than later so we could understand how it affects our game better before investing a lot more time in fleshing out the feature. Now this is dope, and this is them actively engaging in quote unquote beta while the game is actually out and people are participating in it. I think this is cool that they're trying it out with us rather than behind the scenes and having some people privately test. Like, nah, bro, get that joint out in the world for your players to participate with in the field. I like this a lot. And then also we'll be able to provide feedbacks as it's going on. I think that's dope. Additionally, this is unlikely to be the last experiment we run, so look forward to more as we continue to evolve Marathon for Science. Oh yeah, shout out to him, shout out to them. They're doing good work over there. They're being extremely receptive, they're being extremely transparent, and they're taking what they can take and using it how they can use it in order to help make the game better. It's not just a bunch of nonsense that people are throwing out there that they're paying attention to. They're also paying attention to, for the most part, like actionable things. Duos have been something that people have been talking about and asking for and enjoy. A lot of these multiplayer games that have the options, I do participate in duo. Even Warzone. One of the homies I played Warzone a lot with, Go Live in 5. That's how we ran it. We ran it in duos. And in this case, like I said before, this is how I've primarily been running it. Solo, Shell, Rook, and duos with the homie. I have done a couple trios and 4 or 5 teams here and there, but for the most part, it's just been 2v3. To be quite honest with you, because for the most part, we just don't have a third right now. We've been looking, and it's not. He and I kind of have a way of going about how we go about it, and like to have a random person in there each and every time, it just don't really mesh as well. They tend to want to go off and do their own thing, and we end up kind of following them in a way, what I mean? So it kind of throws off the flow of the match for us and for what we're trying to do at that moment. But yeah, I like this idea. I like this thought process of the way they're going about doing it. I think it's going to be a excellent addition. But again, we will have to see how people react to it. This is one of those things where people have been asking for it, but we've seen quite often people ask for things in games, and then when you get it, they don't support it. So I, for one, will be there. Will 777JP will, for 2, be there, and hopefully a lot of other individuals will also be there and participating. Even though it is only on perimeter, I'm not mad at it. That's my favorite map right now. I just like it. I like the openness. I like the grassy fields. I like the different POIs. It's dope. It's dope to me all the way around. I have quite a bit of success on that map going solo. And all the quests we've taken on thus far, we've been extremely successful. Just even going 2v3 on that joint, because we pretty much know the map, we know the flow of it. So it being just straight duos on that joint, man, I'm hyped. What a time! This is a completely different Bungie than what we've become used to over the past few years, and how they're seeing these things and reacting to them, and then working quickly and efficiently to get a fix out and just get out what it seems like the players want regarding this game. I'm with it. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you right now. Drop a like, drop a comment. How you feel about this how you feel about this, is Marathon a game you are participating in, or is it, live service woke slop, That's what the good kids call everything. Not the good kids, but the young folk. That's what the young folk call everything these days. Woke slop. AI slop. Everything is slop these days. But catch y'all outside the next one.